working on this painting here. It's of my good friend Sam Smythe with his son. It's from a photo I took a while ago. But he has this really ridiculous Tupac tattoo and that Brad Stabba gave him. That's kind of like the highlight of the piece. But as you can see, I needed to move it over a little bit. So. And that's one of my things is I like try not to ever paint anybody else's photos, because then it's not really my art, you know what I mean? Welcome to my crib. This is most of the time where the magic happens, in the kitchen. My little art chamber. It's funny, right when I started painting, people were like, you should get a studio. You should paint bigger. You know, and I was like, I'm just learning how to paint. Like, I'm not gonna go rent a studio and paint on gigantic canvases. I'm still learning. I feel like I'm still, obviously we're always continuing, we're still learning, so I'm just, at the moment, this is what it is. But maybe one day I'll have a studio and I'll paint on giant canvases. That would be amazing. I've been really on a like water kick lately. So I've just been painting lots of people swimming and being in the water. I did an FTC board. Oy, sorry. Did this guy. This was a painting that I already had that Ando was like, oh, this is sick. I want to put it on a board. So yeah, that was cool. It's all an honor to me. If anybody wants to put my art on a fucking skateboard, that feels like a big honor. I had a chocolate series too. I don't know if you've seen that. So there was this chocolate series. This was the first series I had out. So this was the Kenny Anderson board. Jesus Fernandez board. This is from a trip in Mexico City. The Carl Aikens, that is Beverly Hills Hotel. This is from a photo that Quentin Debris shot. And this is another Stevie Perez. This is from a trip in Mexico too. Yeah. This was clearly a big honor for me. I always wanted to be pro for chocolate, but now I have a chocolate series, which I feel like is more of an honor. So this piece right here is very personal. You wouldn't know it, but this is a painting of a street in Germany. I mean, I feel like it's a nice painting, but my mom passed away a couple years ago, and she was good friends with two women that live in Germany. So when my mom passed away, it kind of brought us closer. And so I went to Germany. I told them, you know what, I'll just come visit you guys. And so I went to Hanover, Germany, and just hung out with two awesome German women. You wouldn't think this would be a personal painting, but it's actually very personal to me. Yeah, but everything that I paint is relatively personal. I mean, I painted this quickly, not too long ago. My mom, my mom never really she never took a vacation in her life, right? The idea, and it wasn't because she didn't want to take vacations, it's because she didn't have the money or the time. And she had single mom with two kids. And so I went to Puerto Rico this Christmas and I saw this older gentleman like in the water, and it reminded me of that conversation because he looked like he was enjoying himself, but it was like the first time he ever had the luxury of just going to an island and doing nothing. So he was in the water kind of just standing there with his shirt on, holding a bottle of water with your t-shirt on, and just kind of like standing there like looking a little uncomfortable. Maybe he goes to trips every week or every year, I don't know, but that was my interpretation of the situation. But this painting was also from the same trip into Germany, and I just saw these three women that were just kind of sitting there on the street enjoying themselves, having a chat, so I painted them. And what I want to say about this is that like I see a lot of people painting like celebrities and painting Jay-Z and Biggie Smalls and stuff. And I love all that stuff, but I find like the average, I don't want to say average, but people on the street much more fascinating than celebrities. So I'd rather paint like old women sitting on the street than painting rappers or something like that. No offense to anybody that paints rappers, but yeah. Everything that I paint has something to do with me, you know. So it's always like, this is Redondo Beach, like visiting my friend Sam, like going to eat tacos by his house. This is just like a taco truck. Everything that I try to do is more personal, and I just hope that, you know, people like the paintings and resonate towards something that's in the paintings. But at the end of the day, I make them for myself, you know. I kind of just paint people celebrating life, you know. Just a float at the Pride Parade. Everybody's so happy, everybody's just having a good time. I mean, I don't live off of selling paintings, but we went to this show called the Spring Break Art Show in LA about a year and a half after I started painting. And I sold like 8 pieces there. I couldn't believe it. Never ever in my life did I think that I would put something on a canvas and somebody I don't know would be like, yeah, I'll buy that. For a good amount of money also, you know. So it started, I never started painting to make money, but if people want to buy them, yeah, make me an offer. Well, as I paint longer, I'm learning new things, and I learn to be patient with the painting, because when I first started painting, I had this idea of like, I thought about it kind of like work, where I was like, I'm just gonna bang this out and get it done, you know? And like, I don't think it's the same. Conceptually, I don't think it applies in the same way, you know? When I was skateboarding a lot back in the days, I'd like film a trick and I'd do it sketchy, but I just wanted to move on to the next thing. And so it's the same kind of thing. Like, I should have applied what I'm doing in painting to skating back in the day, where it's like, take your time, get it done, and like, don't stress and relax, and like, you can come back to it, you know? I don't know, I guess it's like maybe a thing of like having nervous energy. So it's kind of taught me just to relax, and like, if the painting isn't working, put aside, come back to it, maybe take a day or two, and like, yeah, then it pretty much usually works out to where I like it. We are here at Chrystie Cafe in the East Village. Have a little show, showing some art, and got a good turnout, and yeah, that's about it. This is the first solo show. I've been in a few group shows, but yeah, this is the first one, yeah, so I feel really honored, and yeah, it's really cool just that everybody came out to check out some shit that I put on a canvas. I'm a big fan of anything that brings people together, you know, and everybody's feeling good and having beers and looking at art and, you know, listening to some good music in a beautiful space. I'm a big fan of that, and if it's my art, that's, you know, like I said, it's a big honor. So yeah, it's something I definitely would love to do again and again and again and again, and just bringing people together is a great thing.